Hi, my name is Dr. Todd Rowe. I'd like to share a few tips on the homeopathic medicine Gelsemium Sempivirens, or yellow jasmine. Before I start, I just wanted to say that nothing in this material is meant to diagnose, cure, prescribe, or treat any illness. Please consult your homeopathic practitioner for treatment options. Gelsemium is one of the most beautiful of plants, yellow jasmine. It grows in North America, in the southern part of the United States, on the side of streams from Virginia to South Florida. Also called Carolina jasmine or false jasmine. It's a woody climber and climbs high up in trees, but needs support and has to rely on other trees to grow. It has evergreen lance-shaped leaves, and the remedy is made from a tincture of the root bark. Historically, herbally, it's been used mostly in the treatment of fevers. In homeopathy, we use this remedy for anxiety problems, particularly for stage fright. It's one of our main remedies to use for that purpose. It can help performers who have great anxiety about performance, or even used before public speaking to help people who have timidity and are nervous about going up on stage. It's also a great remedy for anticipatory anxiety. In thinking about the remedy, oftentimes homeopaths describe the 3 Ds for this remedy, and that is dullness, drowsiness, and dizziness. There often is a feeling of dizziness or vertigo associated with the remedy. People who need this remedy often are somewhat drowsy, and their mental state is clouded and somewhat dull. Typically, they don't like to be disturbed and prefer to be left alone. They are lethargic and somewhat reclusive. Also, with this remedy, you have tremendous fatigue and droopiness, as if you're walking through molasses. As I mentioned, it's one of our main remedies, if not the main homeopathic medicine for flu or influenza. And it's useful for the kind of flu that is slow and gradual to develop, with an increasing sense of disease and not feeling well. Associated with this flu is this profound fatigue and heaviness and lethargy and wanting to be left alone. They are better from sweating and urinating, also bending forward and in open air. Also, typically, there can be a fair amount of trembling with the remedy. It's also a remedy to consider when someone has had the flu and never seems to quite recover, particularly with fatigue and exhaustion. They are worse around 10 in the morning with all of their symptoms. They also are worse on exposure to tobacco. It's a remedy that is quite thirstless and oftentimes don't drink much, even with their fever. There also can be a fair amount of diarrhea with this remedy, particularly diarrhea associated with anticipating something that makes them nervous. I mentioned the trembling in their hands. It's also a useful remedy for dysmenorrhea or painful menses. Also, it's one of our main remedies for headaches that can be fairly severe that accompany the flu. And typically these headaches start in the back of the head and go over the top and radiate into the forehead. It's also a very useful remedy for sleeplessness, particularly for people who can't sleep because they're excited. This remedy is close in energy to argentum nitricum, or silver nitrate. Also, you can confuse it with sepia, natrum muriaticum, conium maculatum, Cocculus indica, selenium, and opium papaverum. You can order this remedy at orders@amchof.org, or if you'd like to know more about this remedy and other acute care remedies, you can find out about our acute care program at acutecare@amchof.org.